Is the CBR 650F good for long rides? Having owned and ridden it for over 20,000 kilometers on rides from the heart of India to the foothills of the Himalayas, the shores of the Arabian Sea, and the ruins of the Thar Desert, and of course, Sunday morning rides on the streets of Delhi, I can share my experience with you. Because that's exactly the idea of this channel, RiderXP. XP for experiences. And since it's customary for people to introduce themselves, here's my intro. My name is Faraz, and I'm trying to restart my channel, RiderXP. So you will witness whether or not I'm able to successfully grow the channel and consistently post my motorcycle stories from India and America. So subscribe to my channel and be a part of my journey. Let's talk about the CBR 650F's touring capability and how I decided to test it. Once upon a time, before Corona, when people could still travel far and wide freely, 4 friends decided to take our big bikes from the heart of India to the tail of Pakistan, which was an 850 kilometers ride from Delhi to the Longewala India-Pakistan border. We had my newly upgraded CBR 650F, my buddy's Triumph Tiger 800, a BMW S1000 XR, and believe it or not, a Hayabusa. Yes, one of us had the courage to bring a Hayabusa to an 850 kilometers ride. But this video is about the CBR. There were 4 things that mattered to me. Number 1, range. How far could I go before I ran out of fuel and had to find a petrol pump? My American friends, that's a gas station. 2, comfort. The bike weighs much more than the CBR 250R I was riding before it, and the riding position is slightly more lean forward. So the question was, will I end the ride with a backache? Number 3, off-tarmac capability. That is, if there were bad roads, potholes, even some riding in the sand dunes, could the CBR 650 take it? Last but not the least, number 4, cargo capacity. Can I carry all the stuff I wanted for a 3-day trip? So I set out on the ride to find answers to those 4 questions. So the fuel efficiency of a 650cc inline-4 CBR 650F, which weighs about 215 kilos, is about 20 kilometers to the liter at highway cruising speeds. With spirited riding, it's going to be more like 16 to 17 kilometers to the liter. With a 17-liter tank, that's a range of a little over 300 kilometers. So for an 850 kilometers ride, I needed 2 fuel stops before I could make it to my destination. Number 2, comfort. By the time I started riding the CBR 650F, a kind gentleman had already given me the advice to hold the bike with my legs instead of my hands. More about that in another video, but the trick worked, and the ride was much more comfortable than I expected. The weight change between the 250R and the 650F did not feel like more work. In fact, it made the bike feel much more stable. The aftermarket windscreen also helped with comfort as it deflected the wind away from my body, reducing exertion. Number 3, off-tarmac capability. Neither the bike nor the tires are designed for off-roading. So I did wing it a couple of times, and I did manage to keep the bike upright even in slippery clay-type mud when the Tiger 800 took a tumble, but even then I'd say off-roading with the CBR 650F, not recommended. And my final test criteria, carrying capacity. Since I did not have a rider on the back seat, I had room to fit a saddlebag, which was more than enough for a 3-day trip. But for more cargo, you would need panniers, which look really cool on a Tiger, but I'm yet to come across a set of good-looking panniers for a CBR 650F. So if you don't care about dorky looks and want to travel far and wide with the CBR, sure, go for it. But design-wise, this bike has not been designed for a lot of cargo. And with that kind of touring capability, I did ride the CBR, believe it or not, from Delhi to Mumbai over 1600 kilometers. That would have been a saddle sore challenge. A video about that some other week.